Oh my goodness, Cam, I can't believe I missed John. John, if you're on here, I'm terribly sorry. I didn't mean to skip you, buddy. So you take it away, VE3KZT. And we are on YouTube. Oh, and again, John, I'm so sorry. I don't know how I did that. I just totally blew by you, and I didn't mean to, obviously. But yes, so I just go to YouTube and put my call sign in, VE3LKS, and you should come up with the live stream. Forgive me the mess in my office or my shack, but for some reason these guys want to see my ugly mug on YouTube. Let's see. With that, we will go down the list to Bob, VE3HIX, and I'm just double checking to make sure I'm not forgetting anybody else.
Okay, I've only got two things this evening. Good evening, everybody. First one about picking up groceries and drugs and so on. We all do. We all know that the stores only around the morning for elderly people, and you can get in at that time. Often being when the stores open at 7 and they open at 8, there's so many people getting in there and crunching the place at that time, it's just impossible to move around and avoid people. I found a much better time. The practical experience here is after 6:30 at night, the parking lots are empty. Everybody has grabbed their groceries to the home at 6 o'clock. They're all trying to get out of the grocery stores at about 6:30. And at that point, the place is empty until about 8 o'clock at night when they close or whatever. That's my best bet. And the second thing, I just wanted to ask Blair, did you get the information you're trying to look at today about your channel?
Well, I received, I know, a couple of emails from you, and I haven't had a chance to go through all of them yet. I got home from work. Again, we were working 8 to 4 instead of my normal 7:30 to 3:30. And then I had to run up to my mechanic, and then when I got home, had supper, and then I had to run up to the grocery store. So it's just been a total zoo so far, but maybe I'll take a look at it again tomorrow. But yeah, so what I want to do is it's got the right UART chip in the USB connector. It's got that CH340 that what you mentioned in one of yours. So now I just need to make a cable that is going to allow me to have the pins running to the right location on the BJ218. And someone else had the problem, and that's what they did, but they didn't bother to post the pinouts that they made. So we got to start from scratch and do it all over again. But fun times. Maybe tomorrow morning when I'm taking a break, I'll work on that a bit more and maybe give you guys a shout again. But I do appreciate your help, and I'm glad to hear that you were having a bit of issue trying to find stuff too, and I thought it was just me. Let's see, Scott, VE3 RPN, good evening.
I got to do what Jeff was going to say. I was going to say the same thing. Yeah, we don't want you to leave. We got to keep you well fed. We got to keep you healthy. Anyway, buddy, always good. Yeah, I just finished up shopping at Sophie's there, like Bob said.
Oh, very good. Yes, getting back to the grocery stores for a second. Um, I went into one last week that Joe told me about that was open early in the morning for retirees, and or for seniors, I should say, and they classify senior as anyone over 55. So I'm just barely over that hurdle. But I was just totally insulted that no one even asked, to, for me to prove ID. They didn't say, "Oh, you don't look 55. Show us your ID." No, they just say, "Yeah, get your butt in the store, get what you want, and get out." So it's very disheartening. I don't know, employees nowadays. Anyways, let's see. Christopher, VE3XEQ. Good evening.
Oh, okay, there you find you got it right this time, Christopher, not Chris. Well, my brother from another mother and myself, we always refer to this kind of a day as a crappy skating day. Crappy skating, we go every springtime bear hunting, and one year we decided to go and set up tents, and it rained and it rained. It was just like this every day. It
Oh,
was solid, just raining constantly all day. Not hard, but just enough to make it really miserable and cold. Of course, always 24th of May is when we go up there. And then we finally smartened up, started renting motorhomes. That worked good a lot better, let me tell you. That's all you get from me right now. Back to the controller.
okay, very good, Christopher. Yeah, I would hate to think what the black flies would be like up there that time of the year as well, because we think they're bad down here. But I know from going up to when we did the polar bear de-expedition and went up to Cochrane and then up to Moosonee, my goodness, you need a baseball bat to beat those things away. So, yeah, I think a motorhome is definitely a better way to go up there for you. And tents, nah. But I give you credit for trying it anyways. That's good. And finally on our list is BE3IRB Robert. Good evening.
Well, not much to say. BE3IRB here. My dad, by the way, was born just outside of Kapuskasing. I also posted something on our Facebook group about an experimenter in Australia decided to make some device that when he put his hands near his face, it would sound a buzzer. He was using magnets, and he ended up getting the magnets up his nose. So be careful what you're tinkering around with. And with that cheery thought, I'll throw it back to you.
Hey, that gives me a thought. Our new name badges are magnetic. I wonder if it'll stick. We'll have to see. We'll have to play with that and see what happens, Bob. But you work on that and let me know how it goes. Okay, before we go up to the top of the list, we got 19 check-ins so far this evening. Let's just take a quick standby and see if there's anybody else that would want to join the Rag Chew this evening. If so, please come now. Okay, nothing heard. So, yeah, 19 of us on here this evening so far. Well, including myself, 20, I guess. And that's great. I haven't had anyone check in on YouTube yet. I do have the live feed going, and over on the side there's a live chat, and I just put out a request that if you're watching to at least put your call sign or your name in. But so far, no one's taken up on that. So maybe the other fellas gave up on it, and I guess I should have had that going. I'll try to be more diligent tomorrow night. And with that, we'll go back to the top to Jackie. VE3BTQ. This is VE3LKS.
Hello, everybody. It's Jackie here. So pleased to hear all these wonderful stories. One thing I have to say is the block in the country is very different from the block in the city. I walked a country block. It took me 3.5 hours. It was 5.5 miles, and that's why I missed the Friday side too. Over and out.
Very good. And wasn't it uphill all the way around too, Jackie?
We're listening to you on YouTube as well. There were some retreats. There were some hills, basically really uphill, but you got the downside of them too. Over.
Oh, okay, very good. I thought it was going to be like Grandpa, where he walked 5 miles to school through the snow uphill both ways. Hi, hi. Very good. Gerard, VE3CWR. Oh, and I see that Steve McEdwards is on there, and so is Alex. So very good. Glad to have you guys on YouTube. Over to you, Gerard.
Yeah, okay, Larry. Yeah, I playing around with the DMR there. Well, I have it set up now. I have the focus spot 2 on it. I had to take it downstairs because I have the radio on worldwide all night long. It flashes red, red, red. They never stop on there at night. Every country in the world on worldwide. The audio's so bad, some of them are screaming high, next one's down low, and the next one's where it should be. I wish they'd do something to get those vocoders set up right so the audio would be all the same. Anyway, have a good evening, everybody. Take care. God bless. And, see you tomorrow night.
Okay, very good, Gerard. And just a reminder, we don't have too many popcorn recipes yet for Bill, but I'm sure there'll be a few more maybe pop up now that I've reminded everybody. And yeah, don't forget, folks, that we've affectionately called this the COVID-19 Rag Chew. But by all means, if anybody needs anything, you can't get out, this would be a good place to put out a request. I'm sure someone would be able to help you as well. Plus, it's just a good way to spend an hour or maybe a bit more chatting with others that you know, since we're all cooped up now, we don't get that opportunity. So it's a good way to socialize, and we're having a fun time doing it. Ken, VE3RMK.
BE3LKS is BE3RMK. Well, Laird and everybody, there's nothing much more here. I was just thinking that nothing like a good lager to make make popcorn taste better. And with that, I'll sign. Over.
Okay, very good. Now, do you have a lager of choice? I guess it would be the next question.
Well, Laird, there are very, very many good lagers, and I got a list that I'm working my way through. So far, there's only 3 or 4 that I can't say that I'd ever want to buy again. Most of them come from I think it's from Waterloo Brewing, but maybe they were just having a bad day. Over.
Okay, very good. Sounds good, Ken. Well, thanks for joining us this evening on the net. And yes, just looking at the time, I guess this will be our last go through. But we appreciate you coming in tonight, Ken, and look forward to hearing you again in the coming days. Good luck with the shack and trying to find squeeze a few more shekels out of the waste bin there. VE3 PWJ Peter.
Okay, as far as popcorn goes, we have one of those popcorn makers. It's got the kettle in it, and what we do then is just put some butter in a little pan and melt it, and we pour that over the popcorn and a little bit of salt, and that's what we do. So tomorrow I got to get up and get over to Costco, get all my drugs for a little bit, so that'll be another little trip over there early in the morning. So I'll say 7-3 from here, and they got a real nice net going, and I'd like to say hello to that real pretty nurse there. So take it away.
Yeah, Scott seems to get a lot of attention on here, and that's probably good. But it's funny. Yes, he even tried to change his call sign the other night, and that backfired too. So poor Scott. He's probably out there trying on the Industry Canada website to find one that we won't be able to make fun of. Very good. VA3 TPS, Steve.
Okay, Larry, very good. I don't think that's possible. I don't think Scott could find another coal mine that we all could make fun of. But that's the multiple task. As for the popcorn, we usually use that kernel stuff. The wife likes the ketchup and dill pickle, and I kind of like the buffalo wing. Just shake it, put it on. It works pretty good. So with that, I'll say 7-3 to everybody. It's great again. Great job, Larry. With that, you're everybody on there. Everybody stay safe and look after each other. 7-3 VA3 TPS here in Belmont.
Very good, Steve. And just a quick question: how well did you in the contest? Did you make lots of contacts?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad for me. I did 300 and some odd there. It was definitely nowhere in the running, that's for sure. But it was a lot of people on. Pretty noisy at times.
Oh, okay. So you could say it was like Scott, really pretty noisy. Okay, I got it. Very good. Well, good. Glad you had Glad you had a good time there, Steve, in the contest. Sometimes just being part of it is the fun of it, you know. At least that's that. Sorry, uh, that's what I used to find when I did it once in a while. And John, I won't forget you this time. VE3 KZT.
Okay, that's UCK said too. Well, they're still here. Still moderating, and while I got you on here, maybe you can make a comment on the light gain and the power that I got set up here. Is you do it properly, or do I got to make some sort of adjustment? So we won't hold it. That's busy. You're having a good nap. And I got one YouTube channel here watching this 20-inch TV thing right beside the lake. So there you go. Back to net. The EC stays as two.
Okay, very good, John. I have no problem copying you. You've got a nice signal. Maybe it's just a hint of hiss in the background, but nothing that's preventing me from understanding you at all. As a matter of fact, I sort of had to listen for it. So whatever you're doing there is working, and at least at this point, you don't need to worry about changing things up. And glad you're able to join us this evening, even though, yeah, I didn't catch you the first time. Uh, I guess I owe you a copy the next time we meet up at Tim Hortons, if that ever happens again. Let's see. VE3 CRU Bill. Well, we got a few ideas for your popcorn. Oh, and I see that Jeffrey Gold is online on YouTube, and Alex Parker is making more comments. So that's good. A few more guys on there. Over to you, Bill.
Okay, Larry, thank you. Getting me back in here. First, regarding Jeffrey's being misunderstood at the grocery store, I'll say nothing more because they say sometimes it can be chaotic for some people, especially if they're not themselves naturally born Canadians. But as they say, as far as activities are concerned, and thanks for the popcorn suggestions. A week from today is a special event. It's an activation type event called a sprint, 144 sprint. It's done totally on simplex. You cannot use a repeater. So FM, sideband, Morse code. I'd like to welcome everybody maybe at 7 o'clock to 11 o'clock, but I would like to invite everybody to be able to participate after we have our 7 o'clock review here and see how many you can contact without using the repeater. And make a list of it, and we'll see how everybody tallies up. I'll give more information later. I won't hold the frequency tonight. But as I say, mark your calendars for April the 6th for a special event. Back to net.
Okay, very good, Bill. Looking forward to hearing that information and, as you say, down the road a bit. VE3, VGJ Joe. Okay, very good. I think I've got some C beer on here now on YouTube, and by the name of Scott. It starts with a G. He's saying something about good buddy. Very good. And just to show everyone, man, I don't know how people do this on YouTube all the time where they can move things around. I always screw it up. This is my Nano. I always say it wrong. It's an NBA, and it's that new little analyzer that a bunch of us have been getting. Of course, Jeffrey had to get the big one so he can be outdone, but. Somebody that I know built this nice little case for it so that you could mount it in there and it'd be a lot easier to hold and put the little extension cables out to the side, and it works beautifully. What can I say? So this is a fantastic analyzer. I couldn't believe it. You know, for 70 bucks, you can get an antenna analyzer that rivals the best. Let's see. Doug, BA3 DCE.
I don't know where to start here, Larry. That is a very beautiful looking piece of work you just displayed there. I saw it Saturday morning, but it still looks just as good on my phone here. Anyway, I've had two different people talk about this to Costco. One suggested he's going to go in at 7 o'clock in the morning, and one suggested after 7 o'clock at night. I was planning to go down tomorrow morning and try 7 o'clock in the morning down in Ajax, but now I don't know what to do, so I'll have to figure that out, sleep on it overnight. One thing I did learn tonight is that I do not want to have my popcorn with any of Jeffrey's salt. Anyway, thank you very much, Laird, and take it away. Yeah, W.
We acknowledge JFW, Jack, and actually, why don't I take Jack in now because I know he heads off to another net at 8 o'clock. So if everyone will oblige me for a moment, and even if you don't, I'm going to let Jack go ahead. BE3 JFW. Good evening, Jack.
Good evening, Lars. Oh, I'm thinking you tell that was at 7:30 on Monday. My program was really fun. That was all I learned on the piece there. But anyway, I just wanted to get a quick check in here. I got YouTube on here. And for Alex, I haven't talked to Alex for many, many years. But anyway, it was much as far as you guys. But you took along really awesome stuff. I won't hold that there. There, yeah, there. The HVCW.
Okay, very good, Jack. Well, thanks for joining us this evening. And Brian, coming in from Kingston, mentioned that there's no audio on the YouTube. If someone else is on there, maybe Jeffrey, can you verify that for me, that my audio is not coming through? I thought I had my webcam hooked up, but maybe I don't. And the webcam is what I'm using to get the audio, and the phone is what I'm using to get the video. Anyways, well, let's see, where'd I leave off? I had done Doug, so Darren, VE3 NMD.
Okay. Yeah, just in the basement now. Hopefully the signal's a little bit better using another antenna. And working on a old deviation meter, trying to fix it, find out what's wrong. And yeah, I was watching earlier on the computer, but since you weren't on, I shut it down, so I'll have to watch it tomorrow night. And I noticed Wednesday, or last week, Wednesday, has disappeared. So I guess the videos only stay on for a few days and then automatically get deleted. Maybe make comment on that there if you know. That's what I'll have to say. I'll be 3 of these.
Yes, actually, the Wednesday one I deleted because that was just sort of a test run, and it really wasn't all that great. So I may delete this one too if there's no audio on it. Oh, but Steve says he's getting the audio on the YouTube, so that's good. It's not just coming through on the radio. So I'll leave this one up as well. Very good. And just out of curiosity, did I miss Doug VA3 DCE? Did I get you?
I got to have my say, but you didn't give me any comments back. I was looking for you to tear me apart or something there, Laird. I was disappointed.
Okay, I guess I was looking at the YouTube too much. I guess it's like being back in school. The teacher's up at the front of the class talking, and me, the humble student, am not paying attention at all. I'm sorry, Doug, but I'll try to make up for it tomorrow night.
You're forgiven.
Oh, I'm still going to make up for it, though. Don't worry. Let's see. So I did do Darren. So now we're down to Fred, VE3JWD, and he may or may not be with us.
No, I'm really not with you. I'm doing the dishes, and there's quite a few. So I'm still listening, though, and haven't got too much else going here. I'm kind of busy. So I'll let you guys go, and I'll be listening. Oh, with YouTube, I tried to put your call letters into YouTube, but it didn't work. Am I doing something wrong, Laird?
Not necessarily. What you can also try is just going to Google, and at Google, type in YouTube and then space and then VE3LKS. And you may be able to find it that way too.
Okay, Laird, thanks enough. Thanks a lot. I'll have a try at that, and maybe I can watch. Thanks.
Okay, very good, Fred. And most hams I know would love to have an excuse to get out of doing the dishes that he has to be on the net. But very good. You make sure you get those things clean, because I don't know about you, but my wife always complains because she'll say, you missed a spot, you missed a spot. And I do it on purpose so that she doesn't ask me to do them again, but it just hasn't caught on yet. She keeps on making me do them. VE3LWJ, Larry.
Yes, it's LWJ. I'm seeing you on YouTube, and I'm hearing you just fine, but the YouTube keeps freezing. I don't know why that is. I'm only around 6 or 7 feet from the modem, so I don't know if the problem on this end or not. And Joel, with regard to that little drive you were talking about, we've been over that quite a bit. We call it the Bondhead Run. It is a very nice run. Aside from that, I guess I spent a fair bit of time on 40 meters today, but it wasn't very good. It was in and out, up and down, but it did make one contact, so that's been the extent of my activity. Back to you, and you're doing a great job as always there. Thank you. 73.
Well, thanks for the kudos, Larry. And yes, sometime when you're doing that Bondhead run, I don't know if you know where Farney lives, but he lives down along that trail, just outside of Newcastle. If you look for the house that has like it almost looks like a windmill type tower beside it with a crow's nest and then a beam on top. That's Farney's place. So stop in there and grab some of his wife's baking the next time you're driving by there. And he's just there, just the other side of Newcastle, down along there. I forget exactly what road he's on, but he's not far from Lakeshore, I don't think. He may even be on Lakeshore. Let's see. Alex, AMP.
There, I'm still here. I'm falling asleep yet. Yeah. I think you get Jiffy popcorn. That pop's pretty good. You know, the Orville Redbacher, it's all pre-mixed and all that. And the microwave. That's pretty well what I use is the Orville Redbacher. Can't go wrong with that unless you burn it. Done that a few times. Different microwaves, different settings. You can't put it on the microwave, the popcorn setting. You have to be careful or you burn the bag stuff. But yeah, I'm just sitting here listening, and you're talking about stop by Farney's there. Went out tonight there. Got some broccoli. I was going to make a broccoli salad there. My sister sent me a text there on making one up there. I haven't had one for a while since I can't go over and visit her, or she can't come over here. So I thought, well, I'll make one. I got pretty bored there on the weekend there. I was busy making pies and
goodies. Had to do something because everything I wanted to do was closed, or the weather wasn't the greatest. So we try to keep busy. Things are starting to slow down a bit at work. So we get tomorrow off. So there's a couple other guys there. Hopefully this virus clears up and everybody gets back to work and business picks up for everybody. I was just thinking there, if you're going to be working at home, you have to be watching on your breaks. You know, you don't want to be slacking off too much, or the boss will be on your case for not getting your work done. Back to you. Oh, before I go, I'm going to sign off. So we'll catch you later. VA3 AM Peakburg.
V3FJC.
Okay, very good, Alex. Well, thanks for joining us this evening. And Walter, we do acknowledge you in there, VA3JFC. And we'll get to you in just one moment. We're going through the final round here, but we just have a few more before we get down to you, if that's okay. Okay, next on the list, Jeffrey, VA3RTV. Oh, and I was going to mention about popcorn, Alex. I remember when we were a kid, my mom had this huge, big aluminum pot that she always made popcorn in, and you had to just keep on shaking it back and forth over the stove element, otherwise it would burn. And you had mentioned Jiffy Pop. Yes, those we used to call those Newfie fire alarms. And a friend of mine from Newfoundland actually had one hanging over the door in his kitchen, and he would kid his, that whenever it would go off, he knew that supper was ready. Let's see, who was I heading down to? Jeffrey, VA3RTV.
Yeah, thanks very much, Laird. And I just want to mention that Lois just came down here and said to say hello to everybody. And she said that she's going back upstairs to practice on the CW. So, yeah, I think she's going to get ahead of me on that. I just have one quick question, Laird. To the left of that black curtain, there's a push button. Oh, it looks like a push button anyway. I just wondered if that's a push button that you use to push that you need some more tea or something. Back to you and have a good night.
Are you referring to that right there?
Let's see, it'll be behind your left shoulder. Looks like a push button on the wall.
Okay, are you looking at YouTube right now?
Yes, I am.
So is that what you're referring to?
That is correct.
Okay, that's actually when there was an actual door on here. That was the little hole that the latch locked into when you pulled it shut. That's all that is. But it does look like, from a distance like this, it does look like a doorbell. No, actually, if my wife needs something, she just phones me. But yeah, that's where that is. Let's see, VE3IGX Cam.
Okay, I was just thinking there, Laird, since this is a COVID-19 rag 2, it would be imperative that we have a real pretty nurse on frequency to answer any technical questions. So at this time, I'll say thanks to you for the net tonight, and 73 to everybody, and I'll be just standing by.
Oh, very good. And Jack had a question. Yeah, and we appreciate having you in here tonight too, Cam. It's always great and good seeing you up at White Feather on the weekend. We all practice safe distancing, and oh, you weren't there though. That's right, you weren't there. You missed a fritter, man. Anyways, we practiced safe distancing and had fritters and coffee, and good time was had by all. Or were you there? Geez, I can't remember. My mind's gone to mush. Too much going on right now. I need to just work from home and take it easy. Jack was wondering where we got the analyzer from, and yes, I did get it on Amazon, Jack. Let's see. Bob, VE3HIX.
Okay, thanks very much for the evening. This is great. And it's still great to see you and all the comments beside you there on YouTube. Let's see now. For myself, I finally just about gotten rid of that cold or whatever it was that I've had for the last 2 weeks. So going into self-isolation, I certainly haven't given it to anybody else. So everything's working out fine that way. And we thank you for taking this evening. We look forward to hearing you and seeing you tomorrow evening. So we'll say goodnight to everybody in 7-3 and take it easy, everyone. Stay safe. DE3HIX. Back to you there.
Okay, very good, Bob, and thanks again for your help today looking into that information for me, and I'll try to read up on that tomorrow morning while I'm taking my break and see how it goes. Let's see, who am I down to now? Scott, VE3RPN. Are you off YouTube? Hello?
B3RPN there. No, we just turned it back on there, and I forgot. I drove home with it on the dash, and I'm looking. There's a cop sitting up across from me. I'm looking at you on the thing. I'm thinking, oh crap, I left the catch, and so I had to switch it off in a hurry, but it's back on again. I'm home. Anyway, hope I'm getting through back at the GTH there. Good, yeah, good rag shoe. The rags are getting a little stale. I gotta have to put them in the wash and get the dirt out of them. I think it's from my teeth. Anyway, good. A little back to Peter. Anyway, good. A little back to Peter. If you're listening, I just sent you guys good stuff today. Hopefully you got it. And we'll catch up with you tomorrow night, all being well, of course. Yeah, we'll listen and watch on the gadget here. So B3RB at Whoops there on the radio.
Okay, very good, Scott. Yes, the one thing this pandemic has given us time to do, and that is have lots of fun, and the humor is almost that's evolved from it has been almost priceless. So it's good. Some of the stuff you sent me today, yes, probably can't show some of it on here, but yeah, it was good. I'll give you that much. VE3 XCQ Christopher.
Okay, Larry. Just to mention, we used to go when we went to bear hunting. It was always the 24th of May weekend, and you mentioned the black lights. We used to get just under the wire, with the black lights, just as we were leaving. We were always there for 10 days, and where we were is back in the Wakasumi River, about 40 to 60 miles back away from everybody. The first time we went up there, we never seen anybody for 10 days. We used to see nobody at all. And the greatest thing was the stars. Oh, billions and billions of stars. The serenity was something else. Really, you felt like a new man when you came back into the hustle and bustle of the city. Anyway, 7-3 to everybody. Take care. It's great. You're doing a great job there. The 3XCQ will be standing by.
Okay, very good, Christopher. Yes, there's nothing like getting away from the light pollution and being able to see the stars. It is truly amazing. I know I've been up sort of semi-secluded in Algonquin a few times, and it's a whole new ball game. Like, you look up down here and you see stars, but you don't realize how many there are till you go up there, and then it's like, where do you look not to see a star? It's just a blanket, but it's gorgeous. Glad to have you aboard tonight, Christopher, and looking forward to chatting again tomorrow night. VE3 IRB, Robert.
Just wanted to say, excellent job again. Yeah, we'll say 73 to all. VE3 IRB.
Very good. We'll have to break you of that habit, Bob, and then get you to the point where you just won't be quiet, and then we'll know we've done our job. Jack, VE3JFW. No, I know Jack was on YouTube, so he may have gone somewhere else. And I think Brian was on YouTube as well. So we'll come down to Walter, VE3JFC. This is VE3LKS.
Yeah, okay, Laird. I just wanted to get in here and tell you that I'm watching you on the YouTube. So, and the call is VE3FJC. Pretty close, but not close enough for a nickel. Talk to you later, 7-3.
And I know that too. Don't ask me why I all of a sudden got dyslexic with your call sign. Very good, Walter. Well, thanks for joining us this evening. And with that, I guess we'll take one final call to see if there's anybody else that wanted to check in with the Rag Chew before we shut it down. If so, please come now. Okay, nothing heard. So with that, let me see. We had a total of 23 people on the Rag Chew this evening. And yes, that's including Brian, VA3BAH from Kingston. He asked if checking in on YouTube would count, and I said, sure, why not? So we had a great crowd on here this evening, and I thank you everyone for participating. If it wasn't for you, this would be a flop. So I really appreciate you guys coming in. Looking forward to do it again tomorrow night. And again, it's open to anybody. So, let your friends know about it. Let them know about YouTube. I'll try to make sure that we're up and running tomorrow night again. I didn't realize it was that much of a hit. How is that bald spot doing anyways? I better put some Grecian up there too by the looks of it. But it's been fun, and we'll wish you guys all a good evening, and looking forward to doing it tomorrow night. This is VE3LKS, and we'll be returning the repeater back to its normal use of being listened to. 73s, guys. VE3LKS, Claire.
It won't grow a hair, but it'll turn it back to brown.
JC, VE3XJA.
Go ahead, VE3FJC.
Oh, Walter, how are you? Percy, it's been a lot of years since I had a Rag Chew with you, my friend. How have you been keeping?
100%, Percy, 100%.
Good stuff. I just got back on the air. I've been off for 8 or 10 years, Walter, but thought I'd get back into the hobby and enjoy it. And that's exactly what I've done. So there you go.